Our class today is going to be a beginner-friendly power flow. So it's going to get our heart pumping, but we're going to move at a pace that you can definitely keep up with. And we'll start to pick up the pace a little bit more as we get moving. So let's start our practice in child's pose. We'll let the knees open out to the side, bringing the toes together. Sit back onto the heels and then walk the arms forward. Let your forehead come all the way down to the mat or to a block. We'll take a couple deep breaths here in our child's pose. Allowing the chest to fall heavy, the hips to really sink back, the arms reaching forward, creating some length. We'll take one more deep breath here in our child's pose. And then as you inhale, let's press up to tabletop, coming to the hands and the knees. On your inhale, lower the belly, lift the heart for cow. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin and tuck the tailbone for cat. Starting to deepen and move with our breath. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Couple more times now. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Excellent. Let's meet in a tabletop. We're going to do thread the needle. So the right arm will sweep up towards the sky. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, sweep the arm down, lower to the shoulder, and bring the head down to the mat. Continue to press into those left fingertips to rotate and get a deeper twist. And if you'd like to go even deeper, you can reach that left arm up towards the sky. Maybe even wrap it around the back of the body, tucking the hand in between the hip crease. Take one more breath. Start to unwind. Come back through center. We'll sweep that right arm back up to the sky, open the heart, and then lower the hand all the way down. This time the left arm will sweep up. Big breath in. Exhale, sweep the arm down, thread the needle. You can press into the right fingertips to deepen the twist. If you'd like, you can reach that right arm up towards the sky, maybe even wrapping the arm around the back of the body. So these are just options here, ways for you to go deeper if you would like. Take one more breath, and we'll untwist. Come back through center, and then sweep that left arm back up to the sky, and then lower. Very good. We're going to walk our arms forward now for puppy pose, keeping the hips stacked right on tops of the knees. Now I want you to keep your elbows lifted here. Start to drop the chest down towards the mat, maybe even bringing the forehead down to the mat if you have the space. I want you to feel this stretch between the shoulders and kind of in that upper back. Start to make your way back to tabletop. We'll flip the toes, lift the hips for downward dog. You can keep a bend in the knees if you need to here. Even weight between the hands and the feet. If you'd like, you can bend one knee at a time, walking your dog. Maybe swaying the hips side to side here, holding one position if it feels really good in your body. And then we'll meet in an even down dog. So the fingers are wide, even weight between the hands and the feet. We're going to gaze forward and then walk our feet all the way to the top of our mat. We'll meet in a forward fold here. Put a bend in the knees, of course, if you need to, making sure we're folding at the hips. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine, shoulder blades squeeze onto the back. Take a moment here to breathe and lengthen a little bit more through the top of the head. Exhale, fold deep. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold deep. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, fold. Excellent. Let's make our way all the way up to standing. So sweep the arms all the way up. Connect the palms and then bring the hands down to the heart. And then down by your side. We'll flow together through a sun salute A, knowing that you can modify anything that you need. Take a big breath in, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Let the upper body fall heavy here. On your inhale, we'll lift halfway, shoulders squeeze back. And exhale, fold. Plant your hands. We'll step back to plank pose like the top of a push-up and hold here. If you need to drop the knees, you can. Fingers are spread wide, keeping your core engaged. Your body's nice and straight. Press back through the heels. Start to breathe a little bit deeper if you can. It's okay if you shake a little bit. Use the core to lift you. One more breath. If you need to drop the knees, you can. We'll lower to chaturanga. Shifting forward and lowering halfway. Cobra or upward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here, whichever back bend you choose. Remember, for cobra, you can keep the hips planted, elbows bent and pointed back. We'll press back, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Exhale, let it go. Take one more deep breath in your down dog. And let it go. Gaze forward and step or hop to the top of your mat. We'll meet in a forward fold. On your inhale, lift halfway, shoulder blades squeeze back, and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Sweep the arms up, gaze up. Connect the palms and bring the hands down to the heart. And then down to your side. We'll do a sun salute B now. So take a big breath, bend the knees, chair pose. Keeping the arms right up next to the ears or as high as you can. Slightly tucking the tailbone, lengthening the spine and sitting a little deeper into the hips. Stay with your breath. Take one more in this chair pose. And then fold forward, straighten the legs. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine, squeeze the shoulders back, and fold. Plant your hands, step back to plank. On your exhale, we'll lower to chaturanga, dropping the knees if you need. And then cobra or upward dog on your inhale. Press back, downward facing dog. Now take a couple deep breaths here in your down dog. We're going to step the right foot forward between the hands. If it takes a couple steps to get the foot all the way up, don't worry, that's pretty normal for a lot of us. We want that front knee to be stacked right on top of the front ankle. And for this sun B, we're going to come into crescent lunge. Squeeze those legs together to feel the muscles working. Take your time, lift the arms up. Now this is a little bit of a balance challenge pose. We've got a couple breaths here, so take your time. We want our tailbone to be slightly tucked, so we don't want to be leaning forward, but instead we want to be completely upright. Take one more breath. Bring the hands all the way down. Step back to plank. Lower chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog. And then downward dog. Whew, I can feel my heart is starting to beat a little faster now. We're building some heat in our body, which is what we're trying to do here. Now we're going to step our left foot forward between the hands, meeting in a lunge. Feel those legs fire up by squeezing the legs together. And when you're ready, on your inhale, arms will come up. Making sure that front knee is right over the front ankle. Our back heel is lifted nice and high. Stay with your breath. We're going to be here for a couple more. Last breath here. Bring the hands all the way down. Step back to plank. Lower to chaturanga. Drop the knees if you need. Come into your back bend. Upward facing dog or cobra. And then press back, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, let it go. One more time together. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Gaze forward and step or hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, shoulder blades squeeze back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold deep. Inhale, chair. Bend the knees and sweep the arms up. Hold here. Maybe sink those hips a little deeper if you can. Soften the shoulders. 2 more breaths. Straighten the legs, forward fold. Halfway lift, take a big breath in, shoulders squeeze back. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step back to plank. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, we'll lower to chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Press back, downward dog. This time we're going to sweep our right leg back behind for a 3-legged dog. So our hips are square. It's okay if the leg doesn't come super high. Just lift it as high as you can without lifting that right hip higher. Right now we want our hips to be square. Continue to lift those hips high. Press the mat away from you with the hands. And then step that right foot forward between the hands, meeting in a lunge. From here, we'll rise up, crescent lunge. Take a deep breath. One more time. We're going to come into warrior 2. Spin the back heel down and open the arms to a T. So now the hips are facing the long edge of our mat. Front toes are pointed forward, and the back toes are also pointed towards the long edge of our mat. deep bend in that front knee, and the front knee's gently pressing back. So it's very easy for a lot of us to let that front knee kind of hang in, but I want you to press it back. You'll feel a good stretch in the hip flexor. Arms are to a T. Gaze is right over those front fingertips, and breathe. One more deep breath. This time we'll flip our front palm, reverse our warrior. So a big reach back, let that backhand slide down the leg. And then bring the hands all the way forward down to the mat. Frame the front foot and step back. Now if you'd like, you can meet us in down dog, or you can flow through this vinyasa, lowering to chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward dog. Take a big breath in and let it go. One more time and let it go. Sweep the left leg back behind, three-legged dog. Hips are square, back toes are flexed and pointed straight down to the mat. One more breath. Step the left foot forward between the hands. Meeting in a lunge. Rise up, crescent lunge. Arrive here in your crescent lunge. Take a deep breath and really feel yourself in this pose. We're going to come into warrior two. Spin the back heel down. Open the arms to a T. Remember that front knee is pressing back, deep bend in the front knee. We're also pressing through the outer blade of that back foot, lifting the inside arch of the foot. Gaze over the front fingertips and take a couple deep breaths. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Reach back, let the hands slide down the back leg. And then cartwheel the hands all the way forward. Step back to downward dog or flow through your vinyasa, lowering to chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward dog. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth, exhale, let it go. We're going to come into child's pose. Let the knees open out to the side, sit back onto the heels. Take a moment to rest. The forehead can come all the way down to the mat. Continue to stay in your child's pose, breathing as deep as you can. Starting to check in with yourself and just notice how you are feeling in this practice. Now, even though this is a beginner-friendly flow, it's still a power flow, which means it's still going to feel challenging. But that's okay. This is not meant to be easy. This is meant to kind of help us find our edge, challenge us so we can build a little bit more strength in our bodies. We're going to flow and add on a little bit more to this. So I just challenge you to do your best. When things get hard, breathe a little bit deeper and maybe put a smile on your face, maybe laugh. It's just yoga. When you're ready, let's find our way into a downward dog. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale, let it go. One more time, inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Very good. We're going to inhale our right leg back behind, three-legged dog. And then we're going to bend that right knee and stack the hips, opening our dog. Step the foot all the way forward between the hands. And then we'll rise up, crescent lunge. All right, here's where we're going to add on. And again, do your best. This is a little bit of a balance challenge. Connect the palms, bring the hands down to the heart, and then we'll twist to the right, bringing the elbow to the knee if you have the space, and then from there, rotating the heart around. So do your best here. If it's hard for you to get that elbow all the way to the knee, it's okay if you're up. Just rotate to the right the best you can. One more breath. Come back to center. Sweep the arms up. Warrior two. Spin the back heel down. Make sure that front knee is pressing back. Soften the shoulders. And then reverse your warrior. Flip the front palm. Big reach back. Come back up to center. And then we'll come into side angle. Bending that right elbow, bringing it to the knee, and the top arm sweeps right up next to the ear. If you'd like to go deeper, you can bring the hand down to a block or to the outer edge of your foot. So this is more advanced. This is going to be more accessible. So find a version that challenges you. We're going to be here for a couple more breaths. My legs are shaking. One more breath. Great job. Come back up, reverse warrior again. Whew. Big reach. And then cartwheel the hands all the way down. Step back to plank. You can go to downward dog or flow through the vinyasa. Upward dog. Downward dog. Wow, my heart is definitely racing or going a little faster than before. See if you can slow down the breath a little bit here in your down dog. This time we're going to inhale, sweep that left leg back. Put a bend in the knee. Knee lifts high to the sky. Stack the hips. Step the left foot forward between the hands. Meeting in a lunge. And then from here, sweep those arms up. We're going to come into our twist. So connect the palms. Bring the hands down to the heart. And then from here, twist to the left. If you can, bring the elbow to the knee. Rotate. And if you can't, that's okay. Just do your best rotating to the left. Feel that heart opening a little bit more. Try your best to breathe here. One more breath. Come back to center. Take your time. It's okay if you feel a little shaky or a little wobbly. Spin the back heel down, warrior two. Open the arms to a T. Deep bend in that front knee. It's pressing back. Breathe here. Reverse. Big reach back. One more breath. Side angle. Come back up. Put a bend in the left elbow, bring it to the knee. Top arm reaches right up next to the ear. If you want to go deeper, you can bring the hand down to a block or to the mat. We'll be here for a couple breaths. Find a version that's challenging for you. Breathe a little deeper. You've got one more breath. And reverse. Come back up. Big reach back. And then cartwheel the hands all the way down. Awesome job. Step back to downward dog or step back to plank. Lower chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Excellent job. You did it. Take a deep breath. Allow yourself to find some rest here in your downward dog. One of those poses that doesn't feel like a resting pose when at the beginning of class, but right now this is feeling pretty good. Take one more breath. We're going to lower the knees all the way down to the mat. And then we're going to find our way onto our backs. We're going to come into a bridge pose. So our feet are flat on the mat. Feet are about hip width apart, and they're pretty close in towards the hips. You should be able to brush the backs of your ankles. Arms are down by your side. On your inhale, push through the feet, lift the hips up, coming into bridge pose. Do your best here to make sure those knees are pointed straight ahead. We don't want them opening out to the side. If you'd like, you can interlace the hands behind the back to roll up onto the tops of the shoulders. And we'll take a couple breaths. Last breath. Release the hands. Lower the hips all the way down. We're going to bring the bottoms of our feet together and let our knees open out to the side. Your arms can rest down by your side. Or if you'd like, you can place one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. Close the eyes, and we'll take a few deep breaths. From here, we're going to find our way into our Shavasana. So letting the arms fall down by your side and your legs fall heavy. Letting the toes just fall open to the side. Taking this time here to notice how you are feeling. Allow your body to find rest and complete stillness here in your Shavasana. I encourage you to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you would like. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.